What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to this random ass Thursday upload. If this is your first time seeing my face, honestly, you should probably just skip this video and go check out something else on my channel. But if you're intrigued by the thumbnail and I've got your interest piqued, then by all means. My name is Jessica, and typically every week I sit down here and I talk about a true crime case whilst I put on some makeup. So if that sounds like something you might enjoy, please consider subscribing to the channel, as my typical content will be back up on Monday. This video, on the other hand, is just a quick update about a few things. Obviously, I'm going to tell you about what happened to my face. I'm going to talk about my new upload schedule and kind of my plan to hopefully branch the channel out to some other platforms. If you don't care about any of that, that's fair, and I'll see you back here on Monday. But for those of you who are curious, going forward, what I think I'm going to start doing as far as like an upload schedule for the channel is I think I want to try going for uploading 4 videos in a row and then scheduling out to skip a week in between every 4 videos. I really hate the thought of having to do that, but I also really love the thought of having to do that because I'm a one-woman operation around here. Research, editing, boring back-end stuff, all me, baby. And I really do try my best to keep up with things to the best of my ability, but my brain is also a neurodivergent thunderdome of chaos. So more often than not, I do fall short. So after much consideration, I do think that knowing that I have a buffer week scheduled every few weeks might actually help me not get as overwhelmed, and therefore might actually help keep me more on track. And I totally get it. Uploading 1 video a week probably does not sound like a lot, but in actuality, I do hours and hours of research for each case, and then filming takes hours, and editing takes hours, and I mean, don't get me wrong, I am not complaining. I love this channel, I love YouTube, and I cannot stress to you enough how much doing this has positively impacted my life. That said though, I'm also a mom to 3. I'm a wife, I'm a dog mom, I have a house that I can't just let spiral into disarray. So at least for right now, I think that scheduling in like a bye week every few weeks will ultimately result, like I said, in a much more consistent upload schedule overall. At least that's what I'm hoping. I really do want to get my shit in order because I really would like to start branching out my social media presence to like Instagram or TikTok or, you know, whatever the kids are doing these days. I also have always really wanted to put my case coverage into podcast form as well. But because I have no plans of slowing down on the channel, I want to get that all in order before I start trying new things. So I'm just trying to figure out a process that works for me. I know you guys are going to be super understanding. You always are, but thank you so much for your grace as I do navigate trying to figure all this out. And while we're here, thank you for your patience and your understanding over the last few weeks with my non-existent upload schedule as my face healed. And before I get into the story of what happened, I want you to manage your expectations, because while it's absolutely stupid and ridiculous, it's not like a hilarious, like slapstick comedy kind of story. So don't expect that. Basically, what happened was, I think it was Tuesday, June 13th, that randomly in the middle of the day, I felt like I had a new little blemish friend brewing, you know, nothing new. You guys see me here every week without makeup. You know that my face has it fucking out for me. Hello, I'm no stranger to a pimple. So I tried to pop it. Cause I'm nasty. I tend to pick my skin a lot because I have low dopamine and poor self-control, but nothing happened, so I just left it alone. Didn't think about it again for the rest of the day. And when I woke up on Wednesday, I mentioned to my husband that it hurt, but I get cystic, painful acne all the time. I have since I was a teenager. So sure, it's inconvenient and annoying, but is it extraordinary or anything to write home about? Absolutely not. I did notice that towards the late afternoon, my cheek was like a little swollen, but my dumb ass, I was just like, whoa, this is a really big pimple. I slapped some retinol on it and I thought I'd be good. I was not good. But I genuinely thought the whole thing was funny. I was taking pictures of it. I was sending it to my best friend and laughing about it. I sent pictures to my mom. I sent pictures to my sister. My giant Quasimodo face was the butt of basically every joke that day. I love a self-deprecating moment. And this was no different. Until Thursday came, and I woke up looking like this. Yeah, that was the first time that I was like, huh, maybe it's not as funny as I thought. Obviously, my face was humongous, and it hurt so freaking bad. The pain had gotten so much worse. And I know what I'm about to say is going to sound incredibly douchey. Those are terms that I've accepted. I have a high pain tolerance. I easily sat through getting my entire back tattooed, my rib tattoo. I've given birth 3 times. I suffer from chronic migraines. Mama ain't raised no bitch, okay? But this thing really hurt, okay? And even so, I still didn't really give it too much thought. I figured it was just a little infection, might take a little while to go away, more so than like your average pimple, but whatever. But as the day went on, it started hurting worse and worse. My face was swelling at an alarming rate, and that led me to do the worst thing that you can do when you're suffering from any ailment. I Googled it, and y'all, this Google search took me from this silly little pimple to this infection is going to leach into my brain and kill me in about 6 seconds. I immediately just started losing my ever-loving mind. Called my husband and was crying hysterically. I made him come home from work early so that I could drive myself to the emergency room. Like, to hear me, you would have thought I had minutes to live. I was a mess. I sat in the emergency room for 5 hours before they finally called me back. They looked at it and they were like, yep, that's a staph infection. The fuck you want us to do about it? No, the staff at the emergency room was great. They really were, but there's really nothing they could do other than antibiotics. So I guess honestly, I really don't know how it happened, because I understand that we have bacteria on our skin all the time and that anytime you pop a pimple and you break the skin, you run the risk of an infection, but this pimple didn't even pop. So you would think there would have been no break in the skin, therefore no possibility for infection, but I don't know if it like popped from underneath and then got infected. I really don't know. I didn't really get a concrete answer as to how it happened from the emergency room, but I did get a $1,300 bill, some lidocaine, and a Band-Aid. Well, technically my insurance got the $1,300 bill. My portion was actually significantly less than I had anticipated. So I guess that's good, although really not the point. The point is, beware of popping your pimples, because you could end up looking like this. That's not fun for anyone. But yeah, that's what happened to my face. I'm sorry that it was probably a hella anticlimactic story, and believe me, I wish it was more exciting, but it's not. That was it. Just a pimple. Obviously, I'm fine now. The swelling is gone. Everything's basically resolved, save for this little atrophic scar here, but, you know, it should go away, according to my dermatologist. But girl, it was bad for a while. I'll put some pictures right here. It was really, really deep, and I didn't think it was gonna go away, and I'm not gonna lie, it had me spiraling for a couple of weeks. I don't really know if you can get like a sense of it with the lights and everything. I don't know if it looks like depressed in like it is, or if it just looks like a line. I don't know. But it was, like I said, such a deep ass crevice for like 2.5 weeks that I thought my face was forever ruined. Which in hindsight, yes, is dramatic, but hello, did you hear the pimple emergency room story? Anyways, guys, yeah, that's going to do it for today and for this little update. I will be back Monday with the longest video I've ever filmed. The rough footage was over 5 hours, and I'm pretty sure that the video itself is going to be around 2. So make sure you've got some snackies ready for that. As always, I thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video and to listen to me ramble. If you have any silly ER or silly injury stories that you'd like to share to make me feel like less of a wang, please feel free to do so in the comments down below. Can't wait to see you guys back here on Monday, but until then, stay safe and have a good few days. And don't pop your pimples. Bye, guys.